Hello, everybody. TikTok, everybody. Let me just fix this a little bit because just had a little. I was meditating on something. You know what I'm saying? I had a little thing I was meditating on just the average relationship in America today. I know I had something. This is another topic that I was just thinking about. I meditate all the time. I'm a meditator. A lot of times when we date, or we're trying to find a significant other, the first thing that comes up is money, cash, dinero. But that shouldn't be the first thing. I think you should build a foundation on a relationship. Trust, communication, and honesty. Yeah, that's the same thing with trust. That's basically a foundation. Average person know what a foundation is on a relationship. You're trying to learn that person. You become friends. A lot of us try to live a fantasy life, and you got to really live reality to get things right. A lot of women are looking for, I'm gonna just say the women, it go both ways, but I'm gonna just say a lot of women more looking for money. They want to know how much the dude make, how much you make, and that shouldn't be the case at all. A lot of men should be honest on what they make, instead of not being honest with women on what they make a year. But that shouldn't be the first topic on when you meet somebody. You get to know them, get to know who they are, what they like to do, the basic things. And then later on you go to, to that. But anyway, money shouldn't be an issue. And even if a person makes, I had a conversation with somebody, they said they wouldn't date somebody who, a female said she would not date someone who, and this was something I talked with somebody a month ago at an event. They would not date somebody who makes less than $3,800 to $4,000. They say they gotta make at least 60, 70, 80 a year. And I said, that's crazy. How many, especially us, but how many people in general makes that much today? Not a lot. It's real out here in these streets right now. It is. It's real out here. So, a lot of us we don't think, and I say a lot of us, because I have a list. I was just looking up some things. I'm trying to be quick on this. I'm not trying to drag it too long. I was looking at some statistics on some things that, average bills, even if a guy say if he makes $3,800 a month, that's, $3,800, $3,900 a month. For the two of y'all, that's in the household. Let me do the math right quick. But in the household, 38, I'm just doing it quick because I'm not concentrating right now. But that's $7,600 in the household a month. That's almost $100,000 a year in that household. And a lot of us don't think. You find somebody who's making, that's close, even if they make $4,000, because they're average. And I'm gonna go on the list on what I was looking up. And they said the average house rent, the bills, our average house rent is $1,670 a month. That's for the house rent. The average car note is between $575 to $775. That's average. That's like an Altima Camry, you know what I'm saying? That's just a full-size regular car. What else? Car insurance. It depends on how many vehicles you have. It goes from $255 to $617 a month. Okay? And it depends again how many vehicles. Average groceries in the household, $348 a month. And then if you have kids, daycare. And we're not going to even, not add daycare yet, because some of y'all probably don't have kids. I'm gonna go to that in a minute. But then the electric bill, $171 to $232. Some of y'all probably have more. And then the average water bill is between $36 to $73. You know what I'm saying? So that all totals $4,117 a month just on bills. And that's almost the income of one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So then the other can go to the other things. See what I'm saying? So we shouldn't really be too big on what the person makes. If you become one, then you can be able to live. And a lot of us is just so selfish and stubborn and petty. We want to just try to look for someone who's making six figures. How many, and it depends on where you live. How many people can find a man making six figures? Or a man looking for a woman that's making six figures? It's absurd. I mean, it just doesn't happen all the way like that. You know, so I mean, a lot of us need to just, you know, trying to get to know the person, trying to see who they are really. Get the money thing out the way. You want to trying to be a baller, shot caller, waller. All that gotta stop. We gotta be honest. You know what I'm saying? And with the individual, whoever you meet, and then if they don't like you for who you are, keep going. You know, it's real out here, and it's getting worse out here. We don't even know what's gonna happen for 2025. We don't. And it's getting worse. Every week, every month, you hear something. You know? And shoot, just a house that's not even a brick home now, $300,000-$400,000. People are renting houses. I mean, you can't even find a rental property right now. It's crazy. So we got to really think reality instead of fantasy, man. Like for real. Especially if we over 35, 36 years old. We got to get to it. It's real out here. Now to go back to kids, you know, the average daycare is between $100 to $400 a week. That's crazy. It's crazy. Makes you don't want to have kids, but we need them, right? We need to have kids so we can generate, you know, and then that's even without government help. So if you don't have government help, that's what you're paying. So majority of them are, it says $1,500 per month on just daycare. But if you, and I'm sure they'll come up with, you know, government assistance. If you make, sometimes, shoot, $4,000 a month, they saying that you make too much now. That's crazy. That's crazy. But, you know, going back to what I was saying, as far as, you know, dating, finding somebody you like, trying to figure out them. Keep money out of the situation. You know, if you're an average working person, it shouldn't be an issue. I mean, I know you're gonna look at how they look, they're cute, whatever, you know, like, you know, you got your type. But when you find somebody who's average, they're working hard, they're not doing nothing crazy, illegal or whatever, and they're just a working person, a working woman or a working man, y'all could become one. That household can easily, and then whatever goals y'all have, as long as they have goals, go with it. If they don't have no goals, then that's a different story. But if the person have goals, then y'all can build together. Because it's getting hard out here, man. Just to be by yourself and whatever. Just to try to make it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You may have kids already or whatever. I mean, those details, you can, you know, you could get that. That can be another topic, you know. But just to, you know, to make it out here, and, you know, a lot of women, I mean, everybody go through trauma. Everybody got their bad past history and stuff on why they want to stay single. But I've been looking at a lot of social media and things, and I know I got to stay out of that. But that's just a life now. Social media is a life. And I even have conversation. It's about the money. That money. So I just wanted to bring that up. I wasn't trying to stay too long on that. Let's, you know, think about that. You know, take money out of the situation when you meet somebody and see what their plan is and then they want to hear yours, and, you know, see where it goes, okay? And make good choices, because again, bad choices will take you further than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, and make you pay more than you want to pay. See y'all next time.